The entertainment industry is currently in complete shock over the shocking revelation that Kirk Frost has already moved on. Following years of ups and downs, betrayals, and public turmoil, Kirk has been spotted with an unnamed woman. Needless to say, the internet is not taking this well, but the most shocking revelation is Rasheeda's response. According to those close to the reality star, she didn't expect this, and how did she find out more viciously? Some even claim she had concerns about Kirk's wandering eye before he did, while others say she was taken by surprise and admirers aren't holding back. I see some people backing Rasheeda, saying Kirk's action was rude and premature, but others believe Kirk has every right to start over. Who is this new woman, though? Is she a new romantic interest or someone from the past? More importantly, is Rasheeda truly over with Kirk, or is this situation going to get worse? The rumors started as a few hazy social media posts and a few dubious sightings, but they quickly spread like wildfire after Kirk Frost recently broke up with Rasheeda. Fans of Kirk's new girlfriend didn't believe it at first. Kirk and Rasheeda had been through everything, including public humiliations, cheating scandals, and even nearly dissolving their marriage, but this time, something was different. Late Friday night, hazy paparazzi photos of Kirk leaving a fancy Atlanta restaurant with an unnamed woman began to circulate on gossip websites. She was young, attractive, and clearly comfortable with Kirk, so she wasn't just any woman. They were laughing, touching, and acting like a couple rather than merely sitting at a table. As soon as those photos surfaced online, fans went crazy. One admirer wrote, "There's no way Kirk moved on this quickly after all of Rasheeda's assistance to him. This is crazy," while another admirer said, "This is crazy." Rasheeda's response was unexpected. While the internet was still processing the news, she refrained from crying and venting, instead sharing a single, enigmatic statement on her Instagram account that left her followers completely perplexed. The message was taken down within minutes, but not before admirers screenshotted and shared it widely. According to people close to Kirk, she wasn't just a passing fancy, she had been in his life for a long time. However, the betrayal was more profound than anyone realized. Some even speculated that she was the reason Rasheeda ended their marriage as she was upset, even though she wasn't displaying it in public. Was she referring to Kirk? Was she confirming the breakup? People show you who they really are, believe them initially. Most importantly, was she truly done with him this time? When fans thought things couldn't get any worse, a shocking revelation came to light that entirely changed the course of events. According to some sources, the woman wasn't just any new girlfriend. She was connected to Kirk in a way that no one had anticipated. She had been a family friend for years and had even been around Rasheeda before others hinted that she was Rasheeda had been privately confronting Kirk about his behavior, asking him questions about who this woman was and how long it had been going on. When old videos of Kirk interacting with a particular woman at events in the background of club outings and even liking her Instagram pictures from years ago surfaced, fans instantly went into full detective mode and started looking at every woman who had ever been spotted around Kirk Frost. This was because Kirk had been combining work and pleasure, something Rasheeda detested. The thing that's killing her the most, according to an insider, is that this was no ordinary grouping. When discovered, it became clearer that Kirk had been having an affair for some time. However, the length of time the receipts were there, screenshots of previous communications, direct messages, and even alleged texts between Kirk and this woman were made public online. Fans were furious to learn that Kirk had been cheating on her while he was still with Rasheeda, saying that he never deserved her. Another fan added that Rasheeda was the last to know, which was embarrassing, but fans thought Rasheeda would just sit back and remain silent, according to insiders. She was planning a big move that no one had expected, and the next day, without her wedding band, Rasheeda made a shocking public appearance. Her straightforward but powerful statement instantly sparked the internet, and fans declared that she was done, taking off the ring. The rumors quickly escalated to a whole new level, with people saying that Kirk was a lifelong fumbler. But that was just the beginning because hours later, he had officially joined the mystery. In a grainy photo taken in what appeared to be a VIP section of an Atlanta nightclub, Kirk was seen sitting next to a woman with his arm casually slung around her shoulders. The woman wore a form-fitting outfit and a knowing smirk, seemingly unconcerned by the chaos taking place online. What about the caption, which read, "Only fresh starts"? Fans were devastated. This is so disrespectful to Rasheeda. He was already plotting, which is why Rasheeda left. So he's really out here acting like he didn't just get divorced last week. Rasheeda was in the middle of it all. witnessing it happen in real time as the internet went up in flames. What would she do next, though? Would she say something to expose Kirk for all of his actions, or was she planning something even more ambitious? This drama was far from over, that much was certain. Kirk's shocking Instagram post left the internet stunned. It was a statement that said everything without really mentioning any new beginnings. Rasheeda was embarrassed, fans were furious, and Kirk was acting as if he hadn't recently ruined a decades-long marriage. But what happened next took the drama to a whole new level. Going to be duped by Kirk. Rasheeda's move left everyone stunned just hours after his post went viral. She had a plan, and the first step in that plan was to have a candid interview. Late that night, it was revealed that Rasheeda would be appearing live on a well-known platform for an exclusive interview in which she would finally share her perspective. She would reveal everything in this lengthy, unvarnished chat, not just a quick tirade on Instagram. Fans were shocked, saying, "Oh, I'm going to grab my popcorn because I'm ready to let it." All in all, Kirk should be nervous because the level of anticipation was at an all-time high. Rasheeda had been silent for too long, and people were curious about when Kirk actually started dating this new woman, whether he had cheated again, whether Rasheeda knew before the photos were leaked, and more importantly, what did Rasheeda do next? The interview did not disappoint anyone when it was finally broadcast, and Riva's energy changed as soon as she sat down. She didn't harbor resentment and wasn't even feeling anything. She started by saying, I'm not here to criticize anyone, but I'm here to set the record straight because I see a lot of people twisting the story." She then began sharing information that no one had expected, so let's be honest for a moment. This isn't a new beginning, it's been going on for a while. The supporters were shocked to hear Rasheeda publicly confirm it, and everything changed. "I found out months ago, which is why I left, because it implied that Kirk had been making fun of this woman while continuing to act as though he was resolving his differences with Rasheeda, but no one noticed. When I finally left him, he didn't even fight for this marriage. Instead, he moved on as if I didn't exist or that we hadn't built an entire empire together." That's the most painful thing, the fans said, because Rasheeda was never deserved by Kirk. His treatment of her is abhorrent, she elevated him, and he discarded her as if she were inconsequential. The extent of the betrayal wasn't about the infidelity, yes, but we'd experienced worse. Made a startling revelation, and let's face it, that girl isn't alone. Wait a minute, Rasheeda leaned closer, almost saying something inappropriate, but social media exploded, and she claims that there are more side chicks. Lord have mercy, Kirk has been acting shady out here, and he is sick. Rasheeda wasn't done yet, though, because before the interview ended, she had one last thing to say, and it was addressed specifically to Kirk. "I sincerely hope you locate what you're seeking because you never get a good woman back once you lose her." The entire love and hip-hop community was rocked by that incident, so if Rasheeda thought she would have the final say, she was mistaken. Kirk, on the other hand, had no intention of keeping quiet. He went live on Instagram the next day, and let's just say that he had a lot to say. He shook his head and said, "Dude, do you guys truly think anything? I don't cheat, Rasheeda, and I'm done." Fans weren't buying it. She was upset because I moved on first. Take it seriously, Kirk. Why were you lying when the receipts are right there? You've been cheating. Of my affection, even though she knows that we have simply outgrown each other. However, thereafter, he became messy, so let's talk about who actually moved on first, because if you didn't know what I knew, you would be staring at her sideways. What did Kirk mean? Rasheeda also had someone else? The fans were shaking. Oh dear, this man is now disparaging me. What is he discussing, Rasheeda girl? We give me answers. Suddenly, the story took a different turn, and people started asking about Rasheeda's personal life after Kirk SED, raising questions about whether she had moved on before Kirk's. The internet was rocked by another leaked video showing Rasheeda at a private dinner. Fans recognized the man sitting across from her right away. It turned out to be a well-known Atlanta businessman who had previously been connected to her. Their hands weren't together, and they weren't kissing, but the nonverbal clues gave more than just friends. Suddenly, there was division on the internet. Hold on a second, was Rasheeda seeing someone else the entire time? The comments poured in. Kirk is still wrong, but why is she acting so hurt if she moved on too? At this point, the drama was far from over because it was about more than just Kirk's betrayal. It was about Rasheeda's next move. The most crucial question of all was whether she was truly as single as she claimed to be. The internet was in flames after Kirk managed to turn the tide, and instead of just dragging him along, everyone was talking about the mystery dude in the leaked dinner footage. Had Rasheeda moved on before? Even though Kirk's girlfriend was made public, was she really the victim in this case? Another video surfaced just when viewers thought that nothing could happen to her, but this time it was obvious that it was more than just a dinner date. Rasheeda was sitting next to the same man in a private lounge, this time getting close and talking in his ear, and then the Ethernet was rocked by the moment he kissed her on the cheek after she put her hand on his leg. And Jimble said something that was lost on IR. Oh no, Kirk is still a jerk, but this doesn't look innocent. The story was getting out of hand, and you all dragged Kirk for a whole week. Now, there are two groups of fans. Rasheeda, who believes she didn't deserve what Kirk did to her, even if she had moved on. Kirk, on the other hand, believes Rasheeda has been playing the victim while secretly amusing someone else the entire time. Finally, the one who started all of this drama decided to speak up, and she was a whole new level of pettiness. She seemed completely unconcerned as she went live on Instagram. Face it, this person was single. Fans poured into the comments saying, "I'm the bad guy, I didn't break up any happy home. Please, girl, Kirk has been cheating and you're just the most recent one." Oh, so he was single, and now you all want to change the past, but she wasn't done. She smiled at the camera and scrolled through the comments, saying, "Where's that same energy for your girl Rasheeda? From where I'm sitting, she hasn't been so innocent either." Then she did the unthinkable and pulled out her phone, showing REI at PT's screenshots, DMS texts, and what she did. Timestamp and a single message that shocked internet users was a conversation between Kirk and Rasheeda months ago. In it, Kirk begged Rasheeda to make amends and expressed his desire to do so while also expressing his continued love for her. What was Rasheeda's response? "It's over. I need to move on because I don't see us getting back together." Wait, what is this? EBS left him. Oh my, Kirk deserves an apology from the internet. So Rasheeda was crying a lot, and for days, she had been playing the distraught wife, giving the impression that Kirk had taken her by surprise. But these texts' story was different. As if things weren't already crazy enough, a love and hip-hop insider disclosed new information, claiming that Rasheeda's new partner wasn't just any old Atlanta businessman. Rather, she had dated him years earlier. This is where things get even stranger, apparently because Kirk knew about him. According to the insider, Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage had always been tense because of this man, and Rasheeda had accused Kirk of keeping him on as a fallback. He had her back, but just when it seemed like everything was coming together, it got worse. Kirk was correct all along, and for his own sake, he had no intention of letting Rasheeda win this battle. Then he went live again and pulled out his receipts, saying, "You guys love playing detective." What he showed, though, left fans in complete shock. A text between her new partner and, can you guess what day it was, more than a year later ago, specifically during her time with Kirk, rashing with this man, the FO shady, so Kirk appeared to be the bad guy and had a whole situation on the internet. Then, when discussing poor Rasheeda, recall that she had been playing games and that VI negatively the entire time. She's starting to receive being a hypocrite that everyone was talking about. This sparked a lot of speculation, but someone found a picture that showed Kirk's standing mirror, a well-known face, Jasmine, the woman he had a child with years before. People were shocked when the photos started going viral after everything that had happened showed that Kirk and Jasmine were actually back together. Some fans felt sorry for Rasheeda, while others believed this was just another example of the cycle happening again. As the rumors continued, Rasheeda took another action. I explained why Al wrote it in a brief but powerful social media post, saying that it was obvious she had been referring to Jasmine all along. And now that the evidence was out in the open, Kirk, who had been actively defending himself earlier, abruptly went. When Jasmine herself finally spoke, rather than denying the rumors, she posted a cryptic message suggesting that people were focused on the wrong things. This response only made things worse because it left too much room for interpretation. Was she confirming the rumors? Was she saying there was more to the story? Fans sought answers, but she refused to elaborate at this point. Silence, no denials, no explanations, nothing. In the world of reality TV, silence usually meant one thing: guilt. Full-blown cheating scandal, the story had completely changed, and Kirk was now in the middle of a storm he could not control. He had intended to show that he had moved on, but it seemed like he had been sucked into something much more significant. The timing of everything, the resurrected photos, and the mysterious texts all suggested that he had never really stopped things with Jasmine. As the pressure mounted, Kirk had to decide whether to come clean or allow the rumors to ruin what was left of his reputation. But he chose to do something unexpected rather than confront them all. Rasheeda continued to handle things in her own way, acting unconcerned, but it was clear that the drama was affecting her. Some people assumed she had known about Kirk's behavior all along but had chosen to remain silent until the truth came out on its own, while others felt she was manipulating the situation to divert attention away from herself. He posted a vague statement about people believing whatever they wanted, but he didn't confirm or deny anything, which only served to fuel the fire. The story took a different turn when people with knowledge of the situation started to speak. According to reports, Kirk and Jasmine had been communicating for months, likely even before their official separation from Rasheeda. If true, this revelation would imply that Kirk had lied about the start of his new relationship. Supporters were divided. Some believed Kirk was simply incapable of being faithful, while others believed Rasheeda and Kirk were both guilty of manipulating the media. The biggest question was whether Kirk would finally come clean. There was no doubting the strain. The internet was watching him closely, and if he didn't say anything for too long, people would get worried. The situation had gotten out of hand, and nobody knew how it would end. Would Kirk try to patch up Rasheeda's relationship? Would he reveal that he was seeing Jasmine? Would he disappear and let the rumors fade naturally? This was definitely far from over. Fans eagerly anticipated this turbulent story's next chapter, and the drama has just begun.